Okay, it's 8:07. It's called Judiciary Committee, order. Mr. Flowers and myself, Hope Lawson is here. Mr. Humphrey, he's been excused. He had to run to work real quick. So, the first thing on the agenda is, giving up the, process for evaluation of the city manager. I want to get inputs from the other council members and everything on how we want to conduct it. Do we want to conduct it as far as get us as a group together, or whether we want to have a regular spreadsheet with certain information on it and check it off and then get as a group and discuss it, and then bring Mr. Jimmy or whoever the city manager at the time to bring in. But we need to get a process set down to how it's going to be conducted.
I think, Mr. Clement had a great idea when he said, possibly we should go and look at other cities' templates and use that as a template to do the review for.
We can look into that, yes.
Yeah, so that might be something we'd want to take.
Right, and then we as a committee adjust it too,
Right.
or as a council adjust it, yes, ma'am.
You can do that online. You can get that information online. Just go into each city.
Yeah,
and then bring
Sure,
it.
and get a
You
template.
don't have to go to the city.
Well, no, I
Oh,
didn't
no,
mean,
I-
I didn't mean drive up there and say, could you give me a template for this? No.
Oh, well, what's wrong with going on a road trip?
Yeah, right. Get a little beer, one up there.
Yeah. So, but that's one thing, I'd like to get, input from, like I said, we'll see from other templates and stuff, on that, and also the input from other council members on where they think we should go and how the procedure that we want to do with it.
Now, would that be something that we would, once we had the template, would we review that? We would review that
As a committee.
with him, with the city manager? No?
No.
No, we would review everything that we have to begin with through us as a committee. And then once we have agreed on the evaluation as a whole council, then we'll call Mr. Jimmy in and give him it.
Got it.
So that's number one. Number two is procedures that we go through when there is a vacancy in the council. Not how we do. What we want to do is go through the process is we want to get the nominations in. We get whoever wants to apply for it together, get the time frame of how long we're going to do that, go through the procedure of when we're going to interview, and go through a procedure to where we can go through and either appoint or deny or whatever. Right now, it's up in the air. One council will have it one way. We'll have 4 people come in at one time and interview them all at once, or you'll have 10 days to put in your resume, or next time you'll have 15 days to put in your resume. We want to streamline that down to a timeline to where we make sure that the council has the opportunity within that 30-day time period to appoint somebody to fill the seat. Because after the 30-day time frame, it automatically goes to the president. And if the president of the council keeps delaying everything, then the president of the council selects and takes everybody else, the council members out of the place as per our charter. So, but I need input from people on how they want to do that as far as what timelines we need to set
I
up.
think we're talking about the interview.
We
process.
start getting people there, getting interviewed, and then getting a vote done.
Right, I think the interview process could be similarly done as we do a review for the city manager, do a template on a questionnaire or something, and perhaps, then call people back after we go through the questionnaires and then pick 2 or 3 and call them back in and then do a public review with them, so the citizens can see who we have to choose from or.
Right, I mean, and where we can possibly get their input,
Yeah,
and at the same time, we need to do it to where it falls within that 30-day
oh,
time.
yeah,
period.
yeah,
To
yeah,
where
of course.
we
I
have,
think that's charter, isn't it? That's in the charter.
that's charter,
Yeah,
but as far as how we can conduct that up to that 30 days is something we have to streamline.
I think that's in the charter also.
No, it is not.
It's not?
No, all it is you have up to 30 days to do it. And as far as what I'm saying is, you go through, let's say you got from day one that the vacancy comes open. We're taking resumes for the next 10, 15 days.
Right,
Period.
right.
After that 10 to 15 days, then X amount of days after they're in, that's when we start our interview, or we have the interview and the votes, or we conduct individual interviews as far as with public or whatever, and then get it done.
Okay.
And, get it to where, like, whoever puts in an application, when the, council clerk receives that application and everything, that application is forwarded to every council member at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So every council member is aware of who's there, who's putting in for it. And we have so it's not well, here's the meeting, and surprise, these are the people that's put in for it.
Are you going to make like a line items telling us what you want done? Is that what you're going to?
Well, I want to do it as a council, what we want done.
Okay,
I'm not saying what I want done. I'm saying us as a council, as a timeline, like, we go through and we say, we have like 10 or 15, how many days, whatever, for the application process to go through. After the application process, then we have 1 to 2 days, or have set a specific day, if we need in advance, to hold our interviews. And either hold the interviews and vote then, or hold the interviews, have a council discussion, and then hold the votes. But that's not just me saying, I want input from everybody on council on that.
but you as a judiciary, shouldn't that be your job to put that together?
Well, I mean, I can put out my input of what I want, but then as far as the total agreement on it, it has to be for full council.
Well, yes, I agree.
That's what I'm saying, and at the same time,
Okay.
just me I'll put out the initial, and then I'll distribute to the council, and then they can give me their comments or their inputs for it.
I think our absentee committee member could be a great help on that also, with making up some
Right.
sort of a form or some sort of a.
Yeah, like I say, you and I work together on making up something, and Mr. Dumpy, and then we'll submit it to the rest of the council.
And make changes as they see fit
Correct.
also.
And then we all agree on something.
Yeah, but I definitely think the interview process needs to be a set process that's not haphazardly done, like, well, they're sitting here for an interview, well, no one told me, that don't work. So, I mean, so we need to put, like you said, a better time frame of, and it seemed to me, I heard that time frame was in the charter, but you're saying it's not. It is, isn't it?
That part is, but the part about when it comes time to interview,
Right, that's what we're.
that's what
Yeah.
I feel we need to put in
That's
place.
not in the charter.
Are we gonna set up a group of 3 people, everybody asks questions?
But don't we
Will
have?
citizens be able to ask questions? Then council, what is the process for
I
that?
got you.
It's always just haphazard.
It is. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Yeah, 'cause what's set up in the charter is the time frame that we have to do it in.
That's what I meant.
Right.
Yeah, but you were.
How we go about doing it within that time
Right.
frame is not.
Right.
And that's the guidelines we wanna get up
Yeah.
and going
So
as to, so it's set every time.
maybe we can have another meeting with, Mr. Dunphy here, and we can kind of set down,
And-
our own template.
But
That way we can kind of, get some input of the people that might be sitting here. And, they can add to the process, and then we can put that together and take it to the council for an approval.
and that's what I'm looking for.
Sounds
I don't
good.
want just to be, I want everybody's input on it as much as we can get,
Once we get the template made.
Yes.
Yes.
so. And
I already
then
forgot the third one. What was the third
the
one?
next one is mayor's court.
Mayor's Court, that's it.
I'd like to get it, with Mr. Rowe to where we can set up the guidelines for him of convenience. For him for, mayor's court. The Sonic has agreed to conduct mayor's court
Wonderful, thank you.
up until the time that we can get Mr. Clement certified and everything on that. And I'd like to start it next month if possible.
Have we ever talked about a magistrate rather than a mayor's court?
Costs the city money.
Yeah. We can do that, it's cost.
I mean, like have an attorney being a magistrate.
Sure. It's a possibility.
Yeah, maybe that's the money for us. I mean, I believe Mr. Rowe, will set each, mayor's court for,
Is Mr. Rowe,
he is just legal guidance
no, I know what he is, but I
for
mean,
Miss,
is
for Miss
he,
Sonny.
don't you have some kind of, isn't there some kind of a, procedure that, he has to, this, Miss Sonny?
Mhm.
Is there some kind of qualifications that he has to have other than being a lawyer?
I am certified.
Not
He is.
you, I'm talking about Mr. Rowe.
No, Mr. Robe is our city attorney.
I know what he is,
He
but,
would therefore sit with me.
but doesn't he have to have some kind of a certificate or qualification? No?
Be a lawyer,
Be a lawyer, law degree?
have a
Yeah,
law degree.
I thought I heard that someplace in one of our meetings that you had to be certified of some
The council,
Yeah, we'll prepare the process and I'll have them make a little presentation. We'll walk you right through that.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll make sure he does that.
other than that, yes, sir.
Since we kind of had this gap with mayor's court, I think now would be the opportunity to review the, court cost, penalties and that kind of thing while we're trying to bring this back up and put in place.
My well, Mr. Rowe, see if they're up to standards
Yeah.
that, as far as,
I don't know what our court costs currently
I'm
are.
not either.
So I think it's time to review that while we're at this point.
Because we've got some added costs that would come in as far as with the ATV friendly violations on it. And some of the noise ordinances that's come up, so I think it's something, you're right, something we need to review.
And court costs,
And, yeah, the cost for the court,
correct.
so.
so we put fines? Review fines, is that what?
And court costs. That's
Well, I
what-
know, but I mean.
Well, like, we get the fine and then plus the cost
Yeah.
of doing business.
Okay, the fines are written on the tickets.
Right,
They're already there.
So all we have to do is come up with what we're gonna charge them on top of the fine, right?
Court costs.
court costs.
Court costs, that's what I mean, court. costs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, is there anything else? Anybody have anything? Mr. Kenjemi,
No, sir.
anybody? And I'll call it adjourn this meeting in 2021, 8/21. Thank you and good evening.